Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Gabriel Santos here. And then today we're going to talk about creating order in your life, creating order in our lives, right? And the main context of this topic is for those of you who maybe have been in survival mode, or maybe you've just been kind of, in that 9 to 5 work cycle, or that, school cycle where you go to work, you do what you got to do, you come home, you rest, and you relax and you recharge, and that's all you kind of got time for, and then you're back at it the next day. Or with, if it's school, replace that cycle with school. Or just in general, like if you're someone who maybe, you just haven't been doing so well, right? Like, you've been putting things off, or you've been lazy, or you're in a rut, or you're just, you're looking to go for more, right? You're looking to be better. You're looking to, just have a better life, right? So obviously there's so many different aspects that go into having a better life, and I'll leave it to you to be clear on what those things are. But my message for you today is to first just take a moment to acknowledge, like, okay, things maybe have not been going so well, and that's okay. And or rather, things have just been kind of, like, going how they're going, right? It doesn't have to be like so draggy, right? So, things have been going how they've been going. They've been good but not great. Kind of just, you might feel yourself, you've hit a plateau, right? Like, you're not growing, you've hit a plateau, and plateau can look differently, right? You can have a great success at work, and you can be on top of a number of different things, but you can still be at a plateau. And so I guess with that, what I'm saying is, you've been wanting more, you've been wanting to grow, okay? And so with that, going back to what I was saying, just take the time to acknowledge, like, all right, like, I want more. I want better, right? I want more order. I want more happiness. I want more challenge, more growth. All right, just acknowledge that. That's what I want. And if you're someone who's maybe been in a crazy rut, maybe months, years, take a moment to just say, like, hey, like, fuck. Just acknowledge where you've been, how it's been going, and try to come from a more neutral place. Even bring some compassion and non-judgment. It is what it is, right? But you're here now. All right. So from there, it's actually quite simple, and you might actually feel the space opening up right now, which is the space of, okay, where can I begin to create order in my life? Where can I begin to make a shift? That might be, for me personally, that typically looks like something simple as, let me get back on track with my water. Let me get back on track with the morning ritual. And then what's so awesome is that as you start to, burping here, as you start to get some things in order, get some things going, make some things happen, notice how you kind of naturally start to have ideas of where you can also make shifts in other areas. Like, oh, I can start to have a to-do list. Oh, let me clean up the fridge. Oh, let me XYZ. And it starts to build momentum, right? But it all begins with you saying, hey, I've been in a rut, I've plateaued, I want more. And then you start to put right in front of you, what are the things that I want to address? My room's messy. I have not been drinking. I've been ignoring my friends. I've been wanting a promotion, but I haven't asked, right? Things like that, from basic stuff to car wash, laundry schedule, to something more quote unquote high level as, I want to transition jobs. I want to ask for a raise. I want to create a new project, and I've been delaying it, but I'm ready now. Okay, cool. And then muster up the courage and the willingness to say, hey, I want this, and I am now willing to make those things happen. And whatever comes up for you is okay, right? And notice if there's resistance, and this comes from my own experience, take what you will. It's easy to get attached to old goals or to jump straight to the top, but maybe get in tune with where you're really at, right? Maybe where you're at is, I'm going to drink some water. Maybe that's where you're genuinely at. Okay, wherever you're at is okay, but be mindful to meet yourself where you're at. And what I've noticed for myself is when I meet myself where I'm at, I gain the right momentum, which inevitably leads me to some of those bigger items, right? Because, for example, I've been wanting to get back down to 12% body fat for so long. But I'm even starting to wonder if 12% body fat is really what I wanted, because I think that might have been fueled from some ego as well as insecurity. But the honest truth is I'm not yet clear about what I really want as it pertains to my personal health and my personal fitness. And what works for me is to allow myself to not be ready yet, to not know what I want yet, but in the meantime to continue addressing the other things that I am ready for, that I do know what I want. And what seems to happen is, as I address what I'm ready for and I know what I want, and I start to check those off, I inevitably get to the next layer of things that I want to address and figure out. And so, like I've been saying, it starts with the basics. Get my water in, get my meal replacement shakes in, get a basic structure in the day going. That's sort of where I always live, right? And then as that gains some traction, I immediately see where either I want to make an adjustment or other things I want to address. And I can intuitively sense that I will get to the physical fitness and the health sometime soon, very soon. But I'm also clear that the process that works for me is to not push it, because in the past, or rather, that's just not what works for me, right? There are things I need to address there, and that's okay, right? But to wrap up this video, if you're someone who wants to create more order or grow or just get to that next level, get out of a rut and get to that next level, it starts with, what works for me is that it starts with acknowledging, like, okay, this is not acceptable for me anymore, right? I'm tired of living this way. This is not acceptable anymore. And then it simply goes with beginning to address the things that I know I want and need to address. And then as you start to walk that trail, you'll naturally start to see where you want to take yourself. And yeah, so hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that brought you guys some value and valuable perspective. As always, I appreciate you guys. Always good to be here. Feel free to leave comments if you're interested in one-on-one coaching on this type of stuff. Feel free to reach out to me at g.santos28@gmail.com. Again, that's g.santos28@gmail.com, or you can message me on Instagram, Gabe_Santos. I'll put the links in the description. But yeah, until then, hope you guys are doing well. Let me know what you guys are up to these days, and I'll see y'all in the next video.